Time to get the Philips Laserdisc up and running. I now have a high quality original part optical pickup. Wonder how good this will actually be. Let's crack on. Hello and welcome to another Mr. Peter Pipe video, and this one's a little bit different insofar as you could say this is part 2 of the Philips Laserdisc player LDP-600. And in part 1 we did a lot of diagnostics and pretty much came to the conclusion that the laser assembly had gone. Apparently it's a fairly common fault with this model as well. So they are readily available, but they're about £130, and I wasn't really that keen on spending that much on getting this going. But I did find on Aliexpress a laser unit, original part. It says high quality. Well, we'll see. I'm not holding out a huge amount of faith, to be honest, but we'll see. There it is, and it does look good. So I don't know where the stock's come from, but yeah, I doubt it's a copy somehow. I don't know, but we'll see. Yeah, I suppose just see how we get on. So I printed out the relevant page from the manual on changing. It's fairly straightforward. It's just ejecting the massive sled. And I've already taken off the signal board, RGB board I think they call it, and yeah, I suppose change it over, see what happens. So it's been a while since I've worked on this, and I just thought, as I've got so many screws sort of put in a bag, I better make sure that everything is secure, and it is. Literally all of those are for the case, the bottom cover, and holding on, things like the SCART connector and everything else. So I'm going to power it on, press eject, and then we'll change this laser assembly. Okay, so take the screw back out. I did put this back in just to turn it over and lift that out, put that over the back, and we should be able to see the laser assembly. Yes, we can. So let me just get you in a better position. Okay, so it says about removing the clamp. So there's one here, and there's one actually under here, and there is actually a hole to get to that. So that's easy. I'm going to not unplug that until right at the end. It really does recommend you use an ESD wrist strap. I do have one somewhere, but I don't know where it is. And what I'm going to be doing, I think, is just leaning sort of on the chassis. Although really I need to be earthed, don't I? Yeah, bear with me. Okay, so I've got an ESD strap on. It's actually around my ankle because that's the closest place to the earthing points that I've got. So let's crack on. So first of all, I need to remove this screw here. I don't really want to press down hard, but they are quite tight. Doesn't look like there's any need to take the screw right out. I should just be able to lift this up. So get the screw most of the way out, and then just flick that round. And I'll do the same to this one, just through this hole here. There we go. Okay, so now's the time to pull out this connector. And there are actually tabs. Didn't think there were, but there are. Pull this out. And then I think that's it. I should be able to lift this out. Ah, right, okay. So what it wants me to do is take this assembly off here and then get to the clamp bracket there. So it's not very clear. So let's do that now. So screw here, and they do put a very convenient little hole to get to that screw. And then we've got another one this side, which will probably fall into the mechanism. I don't know how magnetised my screwdriver is. Fairly. So this comes off. And then what it's saying is there's this assembly here. Clamp bracket. Okay, so this is actually for a slightly different design. But I'd still, yes, I think I can see the screw. So I'm going to take this off and take this other strut off. It is a different design. The one in the diagram shows a belted version. This is actually motor driven on sort of like a geared assembly. So it's, I would argue that's an improvement. Maybe. So the screw they're talking about is actually down here, and I think there's two that will remove it from that assembly. I'll allow it to come off. Yeah, that didn't sound good. Oh no, that's right. It didn't sound good because the thing was dropping away. The actual assembly was dropping away. So this should now come off, and it has. Super. So there it is, one laser assembly. Now, the thing I've got to work out is how this... Ooh, just lost one of those screws, that was clever. How this end bracket actually fixes, and it looks like it's just clip on. So yeah, let's have a look at that. Okay, so this assembly is actually held on with little black clips, which look very easy to break. One there as well, one there, one there. So I'm just going to very gingerly pull this apart and just hope. I mean, I don't know whether, gosh, it's worth just trying to get a blade of a screwdriver under there. Oh, that seems to have freed that. Oh, okay. Well, I'll take that. No broken clips, but that's really fragile. So yeah, that's not ideal. So that goes there. There's a little assembly there that locates there. So yeah. I need to find that screw that fell into the ether, and then we'll put the new laser in. So both screws have been retrieved. They're actually quite long machine screws, so that's cool. So old units and new units, and they look pretty similar. This one does look like new old stock, to be fair, so I have every hope. I mean, I always do. You've got to keep hope, haven't you? So yeah, let's get this. Put this on here. Trying to be ever so careful. That's on. Then, I mean, look at the label on it. It's it does look pretty genuine, doesn't it? I just wonder if this is old or retrieved from a machine. I mean, it's been sold as new. It's got dust on it. I don't know. I'm starting to feel this might be a bit fishy, but anyway, you know, gotta try these things, haven't we? So this might go horribly wrong, only because of the camera, but we'll see. That's a good angle. So get that so it's in its slide, and then turn that round so it's somewhere near where it needs to be. Why do I think something bad has happened? Yes. Oh. Okay, there's nuts underneath. Oh, what a pain in the neck. Why did it tell me to do that when there were blinking nuts underneath? Oh. Okay, so, well, can we be clever? We lift this out. This can come out. The slight problem is I've lost the other nuts. Oh, great. Okay. Okay, so I need to find that. Oh, that's really annoying. It's annoying as well because the manual is actually showing an older assembly. So I'll find that nut and we'll crack on. Okay, so I've used some Gorilla Glue contact adhesive. Put a whole load. It was sort of drying up on in the tube, which didn't help. But put some on a post-it. Just put a tiny little dab on each of the nuts, and I'm just going to let that set really. Made sure these are pressed fully home into the plastic assembly, and hopefully that should do the trick. It offers some movement, which is great because I need that, because when you're putting screws in, the screws need to be tight, and yeah, there needs to be a bit of movement. But it's just really to hold them in. I mean, hopefully that's looking pretty good, and it's just the tiniest spot. So I just use some tweezers. Put a tiny spot on one of the sort of corners of the nut and pushed it in, and like I say, made sure it was fully home. But yeah, let's hope. So yeah, that gives me a good excuse to call it a night tonight, because it's so hot and I can't think straight, and I'm just like, oh. So yeah, I'll let that dry and we'll crack on. Okay, so it's the next day. Well, I assume the glue's set properly. Hope so. So let's get this back together. Just put this all in somewhat haphazardly. So the end, see there, goes, it goes that way. There we go. And get this put in here. And I'm going to put it right to the furthest, or pretty much to the furthest of its travel. Okay, that there. Now I'm wondering if I'm better to put the clamps on now or not. This could be a mistake. I just wonder. I think I've got this the wrong way round, because this is actually different. This isn't purely, let's get it back on. This isn't purely cylindrical relative to the rod. So I've got that the wrong way around, I reckon. So I've turned that round. I'm not sure if it matters which way around I put this. Well, that seems to have, I think that's located. Now it has. That's it. So there is actually, there's a bit of a sort of retaining action here, and then this comes back up to that stop. I think that's right. And then that goes on there. And please tell me, you know, if I'm getting this completely wrong in the comments. And then that goes on there. It's just the manual doesn't say anything about this at all, and of course it's showing the wrong type of mechanism as well, which really did throw things for me. Okay, so It's sliding nicely. I did actually lubricate this as well, because, well, it needed it. I'm just looking down with the holes to line this up. It's just not going in. What's going on there? Well, that's blinking weird. Should be able to pull this back. Yeah. Oh, that was tough. There we go. I still think this is second hand. Anyway, so okay, so that's that's in. Gosh, that was just really quite hard work. This has got some sort of protection. Then it's quite neat. You know, if anything happens, it'll push past and not strip teeth. I guess that's why it's done like that. So, oh dear. I must apologise as well. I'm just not myself at the moment. I've got a bit of a cold, and it's summer, and nah, don't like it. So, I still have my doubts. It's not necessarily just down to the laser. I still think I do have another issue with this machine, but we'll see. What doesn't help is that I'm relying on my memory, which is not always a good thing. And I was pretty convinced that I came to the conclusion it was a laser issue, mainly because you couldn't see the laser, even attempting to do anything. But we'll see. This board, and in my haste I just ripped these connectors off without really thinking, are they unique? And Well, because they're in cable ties, or they're cable tied, they are actually pretty easy to reposition, which is great. Well done, Philips, because this actually makes it quite a joy to put these connectors back in and know they're in the right position. Super, let's give it a test. Okay, so let's plug it in. Got the board floating about the back there. What that's all about, quite. Well, I still haven't. Oh, I have a spindle motor. Ooh, ooh, that's playing. Oh wow. Yeah, that's playing. Just a bit surprised. Yeah, okay. So, well, great. Good start. So let's take that out and we'll pop in a disc. So there we go. I don't know whether this has got any laser disc rots or anything. I think it should be okay. So a bit dusty. Oh, is that blinking? It's because I took that off that it's doing that. Oh, there we go. It hadn't quite seated properly. Ooh. Gosh. Yes, that side still isn't right. I wish I hadn't taken that off. I don't know why I thought that was a good idea. But anyway. It's amazing how fast that plays. Yeah, it's not the best disc. But yeah, quite a lot of dropouts. But well, it's working. I do actually have a decent disc somewhere. So I may actually try that if I can dig it out. At the moment it's covered in video recorders, the box it's in. But it's working. So it was a bad laser. Seeker's really good. I don't actually know. I can't see I need to do much alignment because, I mean, basically I've just got focus. And it recommends you do that if it's having trouble seeking, but this is not having trouble seeking. So, great. Fantastic. So, yeah, with that, that's really fantastic. Really pleased with that. So with that, thank you very much for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in another video. Bye for now.
Facility.
Maybe you don't understand, my friend. This is a Papa Ginozzi's pizza, okay? And if Blevins doesn't get it while it's still hot, he gets 2 for free, which comes out of my pocket. I'm trying to save for a computer.
Search him.
Hey, get your hands off me.